Hello everybody, I'm Hoarder Gamer, and you see me with a pirate hat here, and you see the background. It means I'm going to be talking about Sea of Thieves. I did a review of Sea of Thieves issue 1, the comic book, if you want to check that out. What this is going to be is a little different though. We're going to look at the progression and longevity of the game Sea of Thieves, and just a few humble ideas I have that I think, could possibly make the game better, as well as, increase the longevity of it. So I'm going to be talking about that right now. So I might as well start. Okay, so basically I just call it Sea of Thieves progression and longevity. Clever title, huh? Not really. So basically vertical progression I think is important. Right now we have horizontal progression. And what that means is that basically it's cosmetics, and nothing you do powers up your character, makes them more powerful. None of the items you get are better. Buckets aren't better, guns aren't better, swords aren't better. Nothing is better. It just looks different. It has a different coat of paint on it, basically. So I think vertical progression is going to be something that's going to be very important to come into play. Okay? And now this is the way I think it should be done, and I think this is the way that it would make Rare happy. Obviously, they don't want to have players to have an advantage over other players. I can totally understand that. It makes complete sense. However, there is a way that weapons could work differently on NPC enemies, not player characters, not crew member pirates, but only NPC enemies. So even if it's like certain areas or specific instances where swords and guns do more damage, but again, only to NPC enemies. Number 2, more varied enemies. Mermaids, ghost pirates, crabs with swords, large one-on-one boss battles, a crew versus a giant pirate or creature, not always waves of enemies. I think this would also add to the game and give people an exciting encounter that they're not expecting, or, even if they are expecting, people have seen it and played it or whatever and talk about it. It's something new, and it's something different than the encounters we've had so far in the game, and it very much opens up the world to have more than skeletons and a, hard to find kraken that you can fight. Okay, fishing. I think a robust fishing mechanic would be not only sensible, but it would be amazing, and it would create hours of fun. They could have different types of fish show up that you can catch. Some like regular fish, like in the real world. Some, wild fantasy fish with crazy colorings and things like that, that pirates are whispering about in taverns and such. You can hunt the best fish. You could do it off your boat, or there could even be designated areas to fish. And it would be cool because, well, I'll come to that in a second. An idea where fishing and not having to worry about getting a bullet in your head. They're not really bullets though, are they? They're more like little iron balls. An iron ball in your head. Not have to really worry about that, So, here we go. That was number 3. Number 4, a pirate city. Under the rules of parlay. If you don't know what parlay is, it is something that's it's part of like pirate rules and regulations, if they had such things, almost like a codex or code of conduct, where a captain can request that he and his crew can speak with another captain under protection and not having to worry about being killed during the course of the parlay. So if you had a pirate city under those rules, like maybe a captain's in charge of this pirate city, that would be awesome, because there you could have gambling, like card and dice games, maybe even Five-Finger Fillet, which is shown in the Sea of Thieves comic book. Okay? Fishing could happen here. That way, again, you don't have to worry about getting a small iron ball in your skull, because the rules of parlay would be in place, and you could just fish with other pirates from other crews and just have fun competing to catch the bigger fish and just, chill there. I think it'd be a really awesome idea, and I think players would love it. mysteries and treasure quests from NPCs. So similar to what we've seen already with the taverns and the bartenders seemingly to say, go to this area and find this cool thing, or I hear something's going to be happening in this place, keep an eye on it. As well, there's a bartender, I want to say it's Tanya, who mentions that she has a collection of like charms and such that she's putting on a necklace, and maybe you could find her something. If it's not Tanya, it is one of the bartenders. So that's interesting. So in this pirate city, how cool would it be if there were NPCs that would like put you on quests, and then you'd come back to that specific NPC, and maybe there'd be like an opening cinema and a closing cinema, real short and sweet, but to give you this awesome sense of, you know, world, you know? I think it'd be really awesome. Okay. And then let's see, outposts would be able to stay the same. A lot of people want to have it outposts where, you know, nothing bad can happen, you know. And this way, outposts could stay the same if you had something like a pirate city under Parlay. You could even have a fighting arena with wagers if you wanted to. You know, basically the pirates go in, you know, shooting, stabbing, whatever. Maybe they have certain rules based on the fights and stuff. But here, again, there's no progression that is vertical, only horizontal, so anyone could compete. It's all about maybe using your surroundings and things like that to your advantage, you know, and basically outwitting your opponent. Number 5, more varied missions, almost like mini story campaigns built around NPCs, not organizations. Gold Hoarders, Order of Souls, and Merchant Alliance, that's really cool. They have cool voyages. However, it feels like you're kind of working for a faceless corporation, even though you have that person standing there. It's not that person asking you to do something and needing something special or something sentimental to them. This could be really interesting, I think, if they did something like this. You know, again, it would pull you into the world. And a game like this, if they want to keep it going for a year, 2 years, even longer, maybe into the next generation of systems, they got to pull us into the world and keep us into the world, you know? Okay, now this is one of my favorite ideas. Procedurally generated dungeons or caves, areas that be highly replayable with enemies and unique treasures based on just simple storylines. You know, like maybe something you read that's real short that tells you about a special treasure in this cave, and then you go there and somehow magic maybe involving the Order of Souls, it's a different experience each time. Or this dungeon, it's a different experience. You know, some different enemies are there, some different layouts of the actual cave, but specific areas, you know, and like every maybe like few weeks to a month, maybe it's changed to something else, you know? I think that would be awesome. And it would really add a lot to the game. And let's see if I had anything else. I think that's about it, actually. But I want to thank everyone who checked out this video, and I'll be making more Sea of Thieves videos because I love the game. Some of those will be gameplay videos, as well as videos like this, where, you know, I came up with some wacky idea, and I'm going to spit it and see what people think of it. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. It's very cool of you. Again, I'm Hoarder Gamer, and, you know, thanks. If you like this, feel free to subscribe. And if not, I at least appreciate you checking it out. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.